Yes. Jai Hind and hello everyone. Welcome back to Crack Grade B. This is Sunil Jangid and I was teaching subject verb agreement in the last class. And apart from subject verb agreement, we also discussed some of the phrasal verbs. So just comment, are audio and video clear? Is everything okay? Yes, guys, just share the session with all your friends and relatives and subscribe the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Every day we have different lectures of English at 5 p.m. So be at 5 p.m. here, and we are discussing some you can say ki some grammatical portion as well as vocabulary part. So today we shall discuss remaining concepts of subject verb agreement, and we shall also discuss some of the phrasal verbs. You just initially comment, are audio and video clear? Is everything okay? Are you getting me? Yes. Okay. Mohammed Shoaib. Okay, everything is okay. So let's start. So if you talk about subject verb agreement, you know why we are discussing this chapter? Subject verb agreement, if you talk about, this is one of the most important chapters which comes in your exam, right? So many questions you can say ki from this chapter comes, and that's why we are talking on this particular chapter. And after subject verb agreement, I will cover only 6 chapters: subject verb agreement, noun, tense, preposition, conjunction, and modal auxiliary verbs, right? We are going to discuss these 6 chapters, and after that we shall also cover some vocabulary part. And in this Monday, on this Monday, we shall discuss parajumbles, right? So be here at 5 p.m. and English classes is at 5 p.m. and after that 6 p.m. you have your reasoning class, right? So subject verb agreement, if you talk about, let's discuss a concept. We have a sentence. If I say not only he but also I is in your favor, right? First sentence. Second one is neither they nor he has agreed with us. You have two different sentences, and the concept is what? Let's discuss the concept. You know what happens in this sentence? We have a pair conjunction. What is pair conjunction, guys? Not only but also. You can say it pair conjunction, or this is correlative conjunction. I said कि this not only but also, neither nor, and either or. These 3 conjunctions can be called pair conjunctions or correlative conjunctions when these pair conjunctions are used to connect 2 different subjects. This one is the first subject and this one is the second subject. First subject is he and second subject is I. Whenever 2 different subjects are connected by pair conjunctions, make sure verb is used according to its nearest subject. Verb is used according to its nearest subject. And which one is the nearest subject to the verb? As we know, second subject is the nearest one, or you can say we use a verb according to the second subject. So this verb will be used according to I, and as we know ki I demands am with it, right? So I demands am, so drop is with am, replace is with am, sentence will be okay. The concept is whenever 2 different subjects are connected by some pair of conjunctions, verb is used according to its nearest subject. Either you say like that, or you can say ki verb is used according to the second subject, right? So according to I, am is used. Not only he but also I am in your favor. This sentence will be there. Okay, if you talk about second subject, pair conjunction is what? Neither nor. This one is pair conjunction, and the subject which is going to be connected is first subject is they and second subject is He. So verb is used according to its nearest subject. So nearest subject is what? He. According to he, singular verb has will be used. So this sentence is okay. This sentence has no any error, right? So this sentence is already okay. So concept is what? Concept is if two different subjects, if two subjects are connected by, if two subjects are connected by any of the pair conjunctions, if two subjects are connected by any of the pair conjunction. What are pair conjunctions? Like not only but also, not only but also. Second pair conjunction is neither nor, or either or, either or. In this situation, use a verb according to the second subject, according to the second subject. This one is the concept. So are you getting my point? Whenever two different subjects are connected by pair conjunctions, verb is used according to the second subject. I hope you understood this concept. So let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next one. A sentence I have, if I say 20% of money, 20% of money, 20% of money were spent on purchasing eatables. 20% of money were spent on purchasing eatables. First sentence. And the second one is, if I say 20% of cattle, 20% of cattle was grazing, 20% of cattle was grazing in the field, right? These two different sentences you have, and the concept is what, right? Concept is what? In the first session I told you ki never go for rules or never go for just translation, right? Always focus on observation, always focus on observation or understanding, you can say. Okay? If you really want to learn English, right, cramming of rules or you can say translation will make you able to get some pass marks, okay? And if you really want to score, you have to focus on observation, understanding, right? Just make your observation solid, and after that you will find that you will learn English wholeheartedly, right? So the concept is what? You have a percentage value in this sentence. The percentage value is what? 20% off, right? This is the percentage value, 20% off. Any percentage value can be there, 50% off, 70% off, right? And we have some of other words also, like 20% off. We have so many words like all off, some off, most off, half off, enough off, plenty off, 1/3 off, 2/3 off, 20% off. These are the some words. If you get any of these words, our entire focus should be on the noun or pronoun followed by these words. Our focus must be on this noun. If you talk about money, so money is uncountable noun. Money is pure uncountable noun. We can't count money. We can count rupees, we can count dollars, we can count rubles or cents, right? But we can't count money. Money is pure uncountable noun. So after this percentage value, we have an uncountable noun, and make sure this uncountable noun is always considered singular from verb point of view. If you get uncountable or singular noun, so according to this singular noun, verb will also be singular. Verb will also be singular. So make it plural, make it singular verb, just replace were with was. If you just replace were with was, sentence will be okay. Your entire focus must be on the noun which is followed by these some words, like a percentage value, 20% off. You have to focus on the noun, and according to this noun, verb will be used. This one is uncountable noun. Uncountable nouns are considered singular. According to this singular noun, verb will be singular, right? So in the second sentence, if you talk about, in the second sentence, we have a percentage value. We have a percentage value, and this percentage value is 20% off. And after that, we have to focus on the noun. We have to focus on the noun. Noun is what? Cattle. And as you know, ki cattle is a noun which looks singular but is plural. Do you know about cattle? Cattle is a noun which looks singular but is plural. Cattle denotes to animals, right? Animals means so many calves, buffaloes, or you can say bulls. Collectively, they are called cattle, right? So this one is plural noun. So if this word is followed by a plural noun, according to this plural noun, verb will also be plural. To make this verb singular, to make this verb plural, just replace was with were. Sentence will be okay. Let's take some another examples. Let's take some another examples. If I say half of the mango, half of the mango is sweet, right? And the second one is half of the mangoes, half of the mangoes are sweet, right? Two another sentences you have, half of the mango is sweet, half of the mangoes are sweet. In both the sentences, you have a word half of, and we have to focus on the noun followed by this word half of, and the mango is a singular noun. So according to this singular noun, verb will be singular. This sentence is okay. If you talk about the last sentence, again you have a word half of, and the noun which is followed by half of, this one is plural noun. So according to this plural noun, verb will also be plural. So mean to say, you have some different words. You have different words like one, like half of, all of, some of, most of, 1/3 of, 2/3 of. Any percentage value can be there. If these words are followed by a singular or uncountable noun, verb will be singular. And if these nouns are followed by a plural, these words are followed by a plural noun, verb will also be plurals, right? So if there is a particular animal name mentioned, then were is used or was. Dear Muhammad, if a singular noun is there, verb will be singular. Like if I say mango, if I say, so according to this singular noun, verb will be singular, right? Or plural, if I say, so plural verb. Same thing applies in your question. If I say ki lion, right? Or particular animal, if you say camel, if you say, so verb will be singular. And if you say camels or lions, plural noun if you have, so plural verb will be used, right? According to the noun you have to work. According to the noun, if a noun is singular or uncountable, verb will be singular. And if a noun is plural, you have to use a plural verb, right? Are you getting my point? So what are the words? Let's discuss what are the words. If words like all of, some of, most of, half of, enough of, plenty of, 1/3 of, two-thirds of, or any percentage value like 20% of. 20% of. These are the words are followed by, are followed by a singular or uncountable noun. If these nouns are followed by a singular or uncountable noun, use a singular verb. Use a singular verb. And if they are followed by a plural noun, and if they are followed by a plural noun, use a plural verb. Use a plural verb in that sentence. Use a plural verb in that sentence. Okay. For example, sheep. Sheep, Muhammad, sheep is a noun which is always similar in singular and plural sense. If you talk about one, then we use sheep. If you talk about more than one, then also we talk about sheep. So in most of the cases it is considered plural. So plural verb will be there, right? And if the sense generates, or if the sense shows that we are talking about a singular, so verb will be singular, right? So let's take an example. You have to answer this sentence. You will reply this sentence, and the sentence is 2/5 of plants were planted. 2/5 of plants were planted by my great grandfather. I just want you to reply this sentence. I want you to improve this sentence. And the sentence is 2/5 of plants were planted by my great grandfather. Yes, I expect response from your side. I want you to just improve this sentence or find the error in this sentence. Yes, I'm waiting for your reply. I'm waiting for your reply. The sentence is 2/5 of plants were planted by my great grandfather. Yes. Just make this session interactive. Make this session interactive. Share the session with all your friends and relatives. Invite all your friends. Yes, I just want reply from your side. 2/5 of plants were planted by my great grandfather. Improve the sentence. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? What do you think? I want you to improve this sentence. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your reply. Okay. Okay. Let's discuss this sentence. If you talk about this fractional value, if you talk about this fractional value, 2/5 of, and this noun is followed, this word is followed by a plural noun. Plants is a plural noun, so verb will be plural. Verb will be plural. But the sentence, but the error in the sentence is what? The fractional value. If you talk about fractional value, let's talk about this fractional value, 1/3. You know what is the meaning of 1/3? 1/3 means this one is numerator, right? This one is numerator, and this 3 denotes to denominator, right? And it means that total parts are 3. Total parts are 3, and out of 3 you are getting 1. Yes or no? Total parts are 3, and out of 3 you are getting 1, right? This is the meaning of this fractional value. So what you are getting, you are getting singular. You are getting singular. But if you talk about 2/3, this 2 is numerator and this 3 is denominator, right? And the meaning of this 2/3 is what? Total parts are 3, and out of 3 you are getting 2. It means you are getting plural. And make sure whenever numerator is plural, we add SORES with a plural number. But when numerator is plural, the SEIS will be added with the denominator. So this will be called 2/3. Similar thing if I say 3/5 will be there, because your numerator is plural. If numerator is plural, SORES will be added with the denominator. 3/5 will be there, 4/7 will be there, 4/7, right? Or if I say 5/9 will be there, 5/9 you will say, or you will write, or 7/11 will be there, you will write or you will say, or 9/13 you will say or write, right? But if I say 1/3 or 1/30 or 300, no matter. Here, if numerator is singular, you are not going to add SORES with the denominator. This one will be 1/3. This one will be the 1/3, 9/13, 7/11, 5/9, or 4/7, 3/5, 2/3. This one is the concept. And if you just talk about the previous sentence, last sentence, this is the error. This 2 is numerator. This one is plural noun. And if numerator is plural, you have to add SORES with the denominator. This one is the concept. So if you just say 2/5 of plants were planted by my great grandfather, sentence will be okay. If you take a look on the words like 1/3, I have written 1/3 of. If 1 is numerator, we don't add SORES with the denominator. But if you talk about 2/3 of, if numerator is plural, we have to add SORES with the denominator. Any fractional value can be there. 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, 2/3 of, 2/5 of, 3/7 of. It can also be there, right? So are you getting my point? This one is the concept. If any of these words, all of, some of, most of, are followed by a singular or plural, singular or uncountable noun, singular verb is used. And if these words are followed by a plural noun, we use a plural verb in that sentence. Are you getting my point? Yes, I'm waiting for a reply. Are you getting everything? Yes, guys. So let's move to the next concept. Yes. Is everything okay till here? Are you getting my points? Yes, guys. Okay, let's take another concept. And the concept is okay. Cities after cities. Cities after cities were destroyed by invaders. Cities after cities were destroyed by invaders. Invaders means persons who attack. Persons who attack are called invaders. This one. And the second sentence is steps by steps were taken to cover the distance. This one is the second sentence. Steps by steps were taken to cover the distance. Okay, what is the concept? what is the concept? If a noun is repeated after preposition, if a noun is repeated after preposition, mean to say the noun which is before the preposition, and if the same noun is after the preposition, or you can say if you find both the nouns similar, if you find both the nouns similar, so both the nouns must be singular, both the noun must be singular, right? And a singular verb is used, right? Let's talk about this sentence. This after is a preposition, and you are finding a noun followed by preposition, mean to say before preposition we have a noun cities, and the same noun is after the preposition cities, right? So if both the nouns are similar, both the nouns will be singular, this one will be city, this one will also be city, right? And a singular verb is used, you have to replace this plural verb were with was, sentence will be okay, right? Sentence will be city after city was destroyed by invaders, right? These are some phrases, these are some phrases which we generally use in our practical life, like you speak like day by day, step by step, door to door, row upon row, city after city, village after village, word for word, right? So these are some phrases in which both the nouns must be singular and singular verb is used. Okay, in the second sentence you are getting a preposition by, and you are finding both the nouns before the preposition and after the preposition, you are finding the similar noun, right? The same noun, this one is steps and this one is also steps, so both the noun must be singular, this one will be step, this one will be singular noun step, and verb will also be singular, you have to replace this plural verb were with was, so sentence will be step by step was taken to cover the distance, right? So some of the phrases, let's discuss what is the concept. Okay, the case is if a noun is repeated, if a noun is repeated after preposition, if a noun is repeated after preposition, both the nouns must be singular, both the nouns must be singular, and a singular verb is used, and a singular verb is used. So this one is the concept. And what are the phrases we generally say? We generally speak like that. Day by day we say, day by day. Door to door we say, door to door. These are the phrases. Step by step, step by step, row upon row, row upon row, and word for word, word for word, village after village, village after village. These are the phrases which we generally use in our practical life, in our practical life. Yes. So are you getting everything? Are you getting this concept? If a noun is repeated after preposition, both the nouns must be singular, and a singular verb is used, and a singular verb is used, right? On this Monday, on coming Monday, we shall discuss parajumbles, right? Parajumbles. So everyone will be here in the class, and the session will be so fantastic, you can say, because you know what is the importance of parajumbles. We shall discuss some techniques how to solve parajumbles within seconds, right? So I will tell you all the approaches regarding that. So on Monday we shall discuss parajumbles, or you can say arrangement of words, right? So be here at 5 p.m. on Monday. Okay, let's move to the next slide. If I say a sentence, The sentence is many a students have passed this exam. Many a students have passed this exam. And the second one is many students have passed this exam. Many students have passed this exam. Okay, these two different sentences you have, and the concept is what? Concept is what? We have a word or phrase, you can say many a. So many a means what? Many a means out of many we are talking about one. This article a denotes to one. So its meaning is ki we have so many, we have many, and out of many you are talking about a, you are talking about one. So this phrase many a, because of this article a, this phrase is followed by a singular noun, right? Noun must be singular, and according to the noun, verb will also be singular. I said this phrase many a denotes to one out of many, and this phrase is followed by a singular noun, and verb will also be singular. So let's apply in the sentence this phrase many a. Because of this phrase, noun will be singular. So to make this noun singular, drop s, and verb will also be singular. Replace have with has. Sentence will be okay. Sentence will be many a students has passed this exam. Mean to say we have so many students. Out of many students, one student has passed the exam. Out of many students, one student has passed the exam, right? But if you talk about the next sentence, in the next sentence, if you have a determiner many, after many, noun and verb both will be plural. Noun and verb both will be plural. So in the second sentence, this determiner many, this one is followed by a plural noun, and verb will also be plural. So have is already a plural verb, mean second sentence is okay. Here we are talking about many students, plural students, and plural subject demands a plural verb. We are talking about subject verb agreement. Okay, yes. Many means one out of many. We are talking about one out of many. You have different persons, but out of many you are talking about one. And in the second sentence, already we have plural subject, that's why plural verb will be used. So this one is the concept, right? So this is from subject verb agreement, and as we repeatedly after subject verb agreement, we discuss some phrasal verb. Let's move to the phrasal verb. And in the last lecture, the number of phrasal verbs were 20. Okay, 20 phrasal verbs we have covered. So today we shall discuss phrasal verb number 21. Okay, let's start. 21st. Do you know we have a phrasal verb call in? Call in. Do you know the meaning of call in? Yes. Call in means to summon or to send. Call in means to summon or to send. For example, if I say the court called in the accused. The court called in the accused. This one can be sentence, right? Here we are talking about past. That's why we are using second form of the verb, called. And this phrasal verb is, this preposition is what? In is preposition, right? So call in means to summon or to send. Okay, 22nd is call up. Call up, if you talk about, then it it means to remember. Call up means to remember or to recall, right? To recall or to remember. For example, I called up my childhood. I called up, I called up my childhood. I called up my childhood, right? Call up. Okay. Next one is what? Next one is 23rd is call upon. Call upon. Call upon, this phrasal verb denotes to the meaning, and the meaning is call upon means to request or appeal. To request or to appeal, you can say. To request or to appeal. For example, if you say, the thief, the thief, the thief called upon me. The thief called upon me not to call the police. Not to call the police. Okay, do you know about fillers? Yes. In fillers, these phrasal verbs play very important role, you can say. So many questions from fillers are from the phrasal verb point of view. So these are very important. And if you just want to just make all the sentences okay, you have to just recall all these phrasal verbs. You have to revise all these phrasal verbs. Then only it will become possible ki if any question, or you can say from fillers point of view, whenever you just deal the sentences, you will be able to just make all the sentences correct, right? So these phrasal verbs are eminent part, or you can say important in from your exam point of view. Okay, call upon is what? To request or to appeal. Next is what? 24th. Call for. Call for. Call for means to demand or require. Call for means to demand or to require. For example, call for means to demand or require. Example, if I say, success calls for hard work. Success calls for hard work. That's it. Success calls for hard work, or you can say success demands hard work. Success requires hard work, right? Success requires hard work. Okay, let's move to the next slide. 25th. Phrasal verb number 25th. And these two phrasal verb are very important. Call on and call at. Call on and call at. Okay, what is the meaning of call on or call at? If you talk about meaning, then call on means to visit someone. To visit someone, or you can say to visit a person. To visit a person, or to call at means to visit somewhere. To visit somewhere, or you can say to visit a place. To visit a place is call at. To visit someone or to visit a person is what? Call on. For example, if I say, I called on my friend yesterday. I called on my friend yesterday, right? And in the second sentence, I can say, I called at my friend's house yesterday. My friend's house yesterday. Generally, these two phrasal verb confuse in exam, right? You must be aware of the difference between both the phrasal verbs. If you talk about call on, it means to visit someone, to visit a person. Or if you talk about call at, preposition at is a place as a point, preposition of place as a point. So call at means to visit somewhere or to visit a place. For example, if I say I called on the PM yesterday, I called on the PM yesterday, right? Or if I say I called at the PM house yesterday, I called at the PM's house yesterday. So difference is between that. To visit someone, to visit a person, call on. To visit somewhere, to visit a place is called at. Okay. Next phrasal verb, if you talk about, this one is 27th. Call off. Call off. Okay. Call off means to cancel or postpone. Call off means to cancel, or you can say to postpone, right? To cancel or postpone. Example, if I say the manager called off, the manager called off the meeting. The manager called off the meeting. You can use, you can speak like that. Okay. You know, you have an idiom, call it a day. Call it a day. This one is not a phrasal verb. This one is idiom. This one is idiom. Why I am just writing it right here? Because it similars to, it resembles to call off, right? Call it a day, or and call off, if you talk about, they have slightly difference. They have slightly difference in their meaning. So what is the difference? Call it a day means what? Call it a day means to stop working. To stop working for a day. To stop working for a day, right? After daytime, after day work, when the employees just depart from each other, they just usually this word, call it a day. Call it a day means to stop working for a day, right? But if you talk about call off, in this phrasal verb, the work is being cancelled or the work is being postponed. If you just cancel the work, that is call off. This one is phrasal verb. And if you just stop work for a day, right, again you will meet the next day, you will start your work collectively, and you will just achieve your target, or you will do everything for that, then we use this phrasal verb, call it a day, right? So this is the basic difference between both. This one is phrasal verb and this one is idiom. Okay, next move to the next phrasal verb, and the next phrasal verb is what? Take in. Take in, right? Just a minute. Okay, if you talk about take in, its meaning is to cheat or deceive. To cheat or to deceive, right? And the sentence, if you talk about, we usually say don't take in others. Don't take in others, right? Take in is a phrasal verb. Take in is a phrasal verb, and the take in phrasal verb, this phrasal verb means to cheat or to deceive. We usually speak a sentence, we usually say ki don't take in others, right? Okay, take in. 30th is what? Take off. Take off. Take off means to leave land. You know, flights usually what they do, they take off. To leave land. To leave land, or to remove. This phrasal verb have two different meaning. Take off means to leave land. First meaning, and the second one is to remove. Okay, so you know all flights, what they do, they just take off, means they leave land, right? So let's take an example to show the sense of to remove. If I say, ki take off your shoes, take off your shoes, take off your shoes before entering any, sacred place, right? Take off your shoes before entering any sacred place. This one is the meaning, this one is the sentence to show the sense of to remove. Take off your shoes, remove your shoes before entering any sacred place. Okay, next phrasal verb, if you talk 31st, that is take down. Take down. Take down means to write or to not. Take down means to write, or you can say to not. Example, if you talk about, teacher usually says ke take it down. Take it down on your notebook. On your notebook. A teacher usually says to the students, ke take it down on the notebook. Take it down on the notebook mean to say write or not it on the notebook, right? Write or not it on the notebook. Let's move to the next one. 32nd is what? Take place. Take place. Take place means to happen. This phrasal verb to shows the sense of to happen. To happen. And example, if you talk about, example, if I say tide takes place. Tide takes place twice in a day. Tide takes place twice in a day. Yes. Tide. You know what is tide? Tide is just rise and fall in the water level of ocean, right? The rise and fall in the water level of ocean is called what? Tide. Tide takes place twice in a day. So take